Hello, everybody. I am not at home in front of my computer, but I felt the importance of recording this because this is the right moment for this information, I feel. And it is about the astrology of the so-called convoys which started in Canada and which are happening all over Europe. So convoys, what they called, these trucks which are so-called fighting for their freedom. And I looked back at the moment when all this started because, astrologically, the beginning of every event is showing us how the event will look like, what the end results will be. So I remember, and I researched a little bit on the internet, that around about 25th of January, it was around 25th of January when all this started. You can correct me, of course, but this will not change very much what I have to tell you. So astrologically, like I told you, the beginning of every event is showing how the whole thing will look like. So what happened is we heard for the first time about these convoys in Canada of the trucks which would be protesting and for the pandemic measurements to be released. Now the moon is behind any action. There is no life, there is no coming on earth, there is no living of earth without the moon. So the moon is showing us the longevity, the validity, if you want, of any event. And when we start very important revolutionary event as this one, the moon is very important and it has to happen. If we expect long-lasting good results, it has to happen on the appropriate moon phase. Let's say I want to start a new job, and if I start this new job and the moon is waning, I have very little chance this project, my new job, to have longevity or to bring the desired results. So if we take that they started on the 24th or the 25th or the 26th, and I think it was the 26th, but of course you feel free to correct me, the moon was waning, and the waning moon is not promising longevity. Waning moon, ladies and gentlemen, this is not good. And so this is showing that they reach nowhere, or if they reach somewhere, it will be a very little result. It will show that, well, even now I'm looking briefly at the news, and what I see is that they don't want their requests are not complete general removement of the pandemic certifications and the medical fascism. What they ask actually is only the like measurements which are not really taking away the evil completely. They want something which is quite much on the surface. So this is one thing. Secondly, the biggest question: how honest is this event? Is this initiative another project of the matrix, or something that is result of certain manipulation? And I will tell you, it most probably is. And we all, embraced this initiative with the hope of freedom and some, but actually Mercury, which is responsible for the speech, for communication, not only that it's retrograde, I don't even give attention that Mercury is retrograde at that very moment. The worst is that Mercury is invisible in Capricorn. What is Capricorn? Capricorn is the sign which is responsible for the ruling power. Capricorn is actually exactly the rulership, the ruling minority. This is Capricorn. Where is Mercury? Well, Mercury is with Saturn, invisible Saturn in Capricorn. Where? With Pluto. We are talking about plan, ladies and gentlemen, and this is a plan which is not going to help us, which is not going to bring us, and to these people, the convoy, they don't know maybe what are they participating in, but I don't think that this so-called convoy revolution will bring the desired results. It is serious, manipulative. There is manipulation, because when this is happening, first of all, we have the waning moon, thus little or no results. Secondly, we have Mercury with Pluto, retrograde invisible Mercury, which is responsible for our minds, for the intellectual capabilities, for communication, with Saturn. Serious manipulation of people's minds. And then we have Uranus squaring all this. So evident, more evident it cannot be, unfortunately, that this is not really free revolution initiated by the common people, unfortunately. Also, I will tell you one more thing. When we're looking at people's emotions, and yes, this is provoking emotional responses. People very emotional, people have their hopes, and all this is very understandable. But this is because Mars and Venus are in Sagittarius and they are conjoined. And Venus was stationary. It is about emotional reaction, which can sometimes mislead us, because when we are too emotional, we tend not to listen to our intuition. So to me, this is not really free people's revolution as we all hoped to be. I'm telling you, even if we look, let's say this started on the 24th, we got the same situation, even if it started on the 25th or 26th, but it was somewhere there. We really cannot see naturally occurring people's revolution. Now, the thing is that in this thing continued in Europe. In Europe, it started on the very first days of February. It may take longer to, it has a bit more chances to, but once again, it happened with the same manipulative aspects of Uranus squaring Mercury, our speech, our communication, our minds, and Saturn also. Saturn is invisible in sidereal Capricorn, with Pluto, with the Sun, with Mercury retrograde, and also invisible. So we're talking about serious setup, complot, serious behind scenes situation. I don't mean to break down your illusions. I'm just giving you astrological information, and then you can do your research. And you can do your, you can ask your intuitions. You can see how you feel about this. But to me, very unfortunately, this is a manipulation, another manipulation to withdraw our attention and send it some from the real situation. Also, if let's say they started on the 26th, we had very long period of moon void, of course, so this would be even worse, but again, I'm not sure. So this is my small well, information for you for today, and your comments are very welcome. This is all very interesting.